out of the theater. Ice cold in there, so I'm happy to be out in the sun. Nice and warm, the sun. So I'm gonna go for another studio tour ride, like the 30-minute ride. And I still have 30 minutes battery life left, so let's do it. Yes. So I'm taking now a guided tour for 30 minutes with the tour little tramp for the soundstage studio and the stages, and let's see, because I've never done it before, so this must be fun. This will be fun. And again, if you're just tuning in, I'm filming right now with my iPhone, because if you have watched my other videos, my Osmo is broken, malfunction, and DJI doesn't want to fix it, even though it's still under warranty. So I'm filming now with my iPhone.
The tour is down this way. Yeah, that's the guided tour.
Okay.
There for the half hour.
Half an hour.
Come on, you got two more. I don't know. It's normally a 2-hour tour instead of a half hour.
In line for the tour.
You go to more places, you spend more time. You spend a lot more time in the different places. What have you seen?
Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah, every inch of this is a full working studio lot. Meg, can you send one my way, please? Because this is a live studio lot, things change all of the time.
You better sit in the front or the back?
Yeah, it's an open cart, so you're going to be able to see all sides. But the front, you'll be able to see out the front as well. Alrighty, friends, go ahead and jump on. I can get 2 up front, 3 in each row. No video included on the tour.
Stage is occupied by production. Some productions might use multiple stages. Some stages just might be empty. It all depends on what productions require what. There's no 13th stage, very much how there is no 13th floor on a hotel elevator, because Warner Bros. Were a little superstitious. Now you'll see on stage 24, for my Friends fans, on the right hand side, you see a certain plaque. This is the Friends stage. Friends filmed their 2nd season up to their last season, right inside there. Their 1st season was shot on stage 5. Right now it's home to Fuller House. Before it was Friends, it was Full House. Sort of comes full circle, so to speak. To be honest with you, I don't really know. I think just because of the space, I think this is, stage 24 is bigger. They have more seating, so just allows for that. These red lights that you see on all the sound stages, those are called wigwags. These giant brown doors are called elephant doors because you can literally fit an elephant through them. The wigwags flash to alert people around the lot to be quiet because production is going on inside them. But when James Dean was doing movies on the lot, he saw the wigwags flashing. He'd ride his motorcycle up to the elephant doors, he'd rev his engine. This didn't sit well with Jack Warner, who banned James Dean from bringing motorcycles onto the lot, so James Dean just got a louder car and did the same exact thing. So we're gonna hop off the cart. This is the only walk we'll do, I'll promise.
got Goonies, Karate Kid Part 2. Ooh, I think the first two Ghostbusters, Annie, original 1980s Annie, Stir Crazy,
Ocean's 12.
Ocean's 11, 12, and 13.
Oh wow.
Also The Music Man and The Great Race.
Wow.
Blazing Saddles as well. Bunch of good stuff. Damn Yankees, Giant, James Dean movie. Stars Born with Judy Garland.
Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah. 7, 8, 9. That's it. Cool. We call these soundstages because they're 95% soundproof. The other 5% account for those elephant doors. They're all lined with this material called insulation. It's woven fiberglass. Keeps the sound in. It's also mostly fireproof, so in case the fire doesn't break out. That's for Conan. Yeah, Monday to Friday. He's going to Comic-Con next week. I'll be at Comic-Con. Fortunately, I wasn't able to get tickets to a show. We don't get preferential treatment. Why do I work here? So, do we get any? Oh yeah, anybody can get tickets. It's all completely free. All free. You pay with your laughter, essentially. You go to teamcoco.com to get tickets. Yeah, I mean, it's a talk show. The show, it's like, if there are any shadows, it kind of evokes a moody vibe. So all the lights eliminate shadows. It seats around 200 in here. Different talk shows, their seat colors kind of like give off the vibe for their show. Ellen seats are blue. It's very like relaxed. Conan seats obviously like red and maroon. It's supposed to be like a jazz show.
Look at the band.
The band, basic cable band, right?
Yeah. It all depends. Like, even for talk shows, like it's better to dress warmly because they pump in AC because the lights get so hot. So usually, like a few weeks ago, I was working Conan, and it was like 100 degrees outside. But once I got into the stage, I actually got goosebumps, and I was like chilly, and I was like clutching myself because it was so cold. Oh yeah. Yeah, I heard Jim Lee talked, the publisher from DC. That's awesome. That is so crazy. Oh, I'm so jealous of you guys. I would have killed to see that. Oh, really? What was that? Is that like kind of like 3D like painting in a sense? Okay. Oh, okay. Because I saw them kind of like streaming that in the commissary, or not really streaming it, but playing it back, and I was like, wow, this looks nuts. Because I know they were doing like Darkseid from Justice League, or not Justice League, but like from the comic books. That's nuts. Well, anyway, back to the tour. The mountain, that's Mount Lee. It's home to the Hollywood sign. It's on the other side of the mountain. It's also home to Bronson Cave, which is the entrance to the original Batcave for the Batman TV show. Bronson Cave, yeah.
Bronson Cave.
The LA River, which is kind of like adjacent to that. Since it doesn't usually we don't get too much rain here in California, it's usually very dry. So we were able to test drive the Dark Knight tumblers in the LA River.
Cool.
These green awnings on our left-hand side, these are our audience cues for some of our talk shows and a lot, like Conan and The Real. But they were originally built to handle the large capacity of people who would come to watch a live taping of Friends. Since so many people would show up, we needed a way to wrangle them all together, so we built these cues. And right across the street, that's the costume department. It's a huge archive of about 70 years worth of costumes. Has 3 floors of sub-basement that go down to the ground. One floor is almost entirely dedicated to shoes. There's about 50,000 pairs of women's shoes.
Wow.
Yeah, some call it a nightmare, others call it paradise. Now this building is our bridge building. It's home to corporate HR and some of our legal departments. But it's also been Catco and Supergirl, a Mexican restaurant, the West Wing, a hospital, both Chuck and the Mentalist, as well as LAX and Gilmore Girls. All you have to do is just park a few taxis out front, have a few extras walking back and forth with luggage, and you've got an airport. Now we're going to enter Warner Village. This used to be Laramie Street, or our western town. We filmed our first ever TV show, Cheyenne, here, as well as Maverick and Bonanza. This was also Rock Ridge in Mel Brooks' Blazing Saddles, as well as the Westworld in the Westworld movie. Now, I'll tell you a little bit more about the street, but first I want to direct your attention in between this house and this shed. Look past the bushes. You'll see a building with a slanted roof. I'll drive real slow. It used to be the animation department. Can you folks kind of start to see it? Yeah? As I mentioned, that was the animation department. Jack Warner, who was the youngest of the four Warner brothers, thought that the animation team was full of pranksters, so he stuffed them in the corner over there so they wouldn't disrupt real productions. But animation turned out to be one of our biggest things. Typically, when you think of Warner Brothers, you think of Bugs Bunny. That's where we did all the Looney Tunes, Merry Melodies, all those classics. 197, any Gilmore Girls fans? Yeah, this is Hayden's house, where Rory and Lorelai, they go to, after the funeral, Lorelai brings some liquor, gets herself in some trouble. Any Pretty Little Liars fans? This is Hannah's house, Pretty Little Liars. Hannah, we do have Pretty Little Liars fans? Yeah? Oh, really? Your dad loves it? Wow. That's a first. That's a first. But, hey, to each his own. To each his own. Just exterior. Started shooting in, I think, May, even. They were shooting on stage 6. Yeah. I mean, I know it's coming out in the fall. That's all I know. Yeah, the trailers are out. It's about Sheldon going to high school as a 9-year-old. And these lampposts are not real. They're charging stations for the golf carts. You can see these carts are plugged in. And what's cool about this tree is that both ends are curved to give the impression that it keeps on going when it doesn't. The reason why it's not a western town anymore is because producers realized that westerns were losing popularity. So they pulled together and they asked each other, what do we need on our lot? So they decided upon an upscale New England town. And that's what you're seeing right now. Yeah, very suburban. So our next stop is our jungle. It's one of the last standing jungle backlot sets in all of North America. It was originally built for the 1950s film Santiago, featuring Alan Ladd. And we have an open lot policy on our lot, which means that any production company can come here to film, whether it's Universal, Sony, Paramount, Fox. Essentially, if you've got the dime, we've got the time. Do I have any True Blood fans? Yeah? That's Merlot's Bar and Grill, up ahead of us. That's where Suki works. It's also Lost Woods Resort and Pretty Little Liars. This is where Penny shot a certain cream commercial in The Big Bang Theory. I won't go into too many details because it was a little crude. On the left-hand side, this is where they had the paintball wars in The Big Bang Theory. This is also used in Annabelle Creation, a sequel to Annabelle, one of our horror movies that's coming out. It's a spin-off of the Conjuring films. All this stone is completely fake. It's all made out of a material called high-impact styrene. It's a fancy plastic material. The reason why we don't use real brick, wood, or stone is because it's too permanent. Say if a production comes in, they need these walls to be made out of brick. They'll just strip off the stone, staple on some fake brick. The way that you could really tell is that there's a line running through it. For my True Blood fans, that's the tree that Bill was chained to in the pilot episode when Suki rescues him. And for my Gilmore Girls fans, this dirt road was featured in the episode where Rory's late to take a test. She's driving down dirt road. Her car gets hit by a deer. Not the other way around. We also use this dirt road to film a scene from a little movie called Jurassic Park. The scene where Jeff Goldblum is riding in the back of the Jeep. They're being chased by the T-Rex. He's saying, must go faster, must go faster. That was right here. All of their sets in Hawaii got destroyed by a storm, so they came to our jungle to film that scene. They put cameras on either end of the dirt road and at different angles to make it look like it was longer and windier than it actually was. But they were literally just doing laps all throughout the jungle. If you go back, watch the scene over and over again, you see some of the same trees. Now for my Pretty Little Liars fans, right up ahead of us, this is the De Laurentiis house. This is a really prime example of a facade or a face. Yeah, Pretty Little Liars.
Only used for exterior shots. The way that you can tell is that if you look through the windows on the left-hand side, you see straight through to the trees. Only exterior shots. If you go through those doors, there's just a wall. Beyond that wall, it's just a grassy area.
Is that like a curtain in the back there, like that covers up the whole back of the house? You don't see?
Yeah. I think that is a wall. It doesn't have that much depth to it. It's just like,
You go in and that's it. Okay.
yeah. It's just like you could have somebody like looking out there, but they couldn't have like a whole bedroom set up there. You'll also notice on all of our most of our backlot sets, you won't see any doorknobs or light fixtures. That's because those objects typically tell a lot about a time period or a country that a production takes place. So those are constantly being swapped out.
So they would film the interior and sound on soundstage?
Yeah, I think Pretty Little Liars used stage 7. Yeah. They just finished their last season. So, this is our lagoon. It takes about 8 hours to fill and 10 hours to drain. We use mostly recycled water, except for when we have actors go in, because we're not going to have like George Clooney swimming in dirty, murky water. Do we have ER fans? ER?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? This is where Dr. Ross saves the boy from drowning. That's George Clooney. Any Pee-wee's Big Adventure fans?
Yes.
Yeah? Alright, right on. Right on. When Pee-wee Herman is swinging across a vine on his bike, that was done right here. It's also where Kermit the Frog sings Rainbow Connection. The not so cute part of that story is that Jim Henson, who's like the main Muppet Man, was submerged in a tank for up to 6 hours. That fed him oxygen as he was doing the mouth movements and the guitar strumming, so you can imagine how happy he was about that. It doesn't always have to be filled with water though, we can fill it with dirt. I know we did some BMX stuff in here as well. Any Waltons fans? No, it's an oldie, yeah? This is John Boy's writing cabin. This is also a kill shack in Dexter. Yeah. This is also Ira's Roadside Diner in $1 Million Baby, which is one of our Best Picture winners. Directed by and starring Clint Eastwood. This is where Clint Eastwood and Hilary Swank go to have lemon pie. They sort of bond a little bit. That's where Clint Eastwood ends up in the end of the movie. It's very sad, very sad. I won't give it away if you haven't seen it. I recently just saw it for the first time like a week ago, and I was really depressed. But as we exit the jungle, for my Batman fans, these were the gates to Wayne Manor in Batman Forever, the one with the Riddler and Two-Face. We set up the gates over here. I had a camera facing this way to give it a kind of overgrowthy area. What scene? What were you gonna ask?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. For the scene where Jim Carrey's riding up on the moped, he pins the riddle to the gates to sort of taunt Bruce Wayne. That was right here. Yeah, utilize all of the space. Almost every inch of this lot has been used for filming. Now you'll notice on the golf carts, Disjointed, Big Bang, Young Sheldon, Mom. These are all Chuck Lorre shows, so he has his offices around here. The reason why we have so many golf carts and like bikes around here is because it is 110 acres of lot, and since people are usually in a rush to get to and from different places, they just make it easier. Technically, this lot is bigger than the Vatican. Yeah, fun little fact. I think in square footage or acreage, not completely sure of the measurements. All I know is that it's bigger.
I mean, like sometimes like if you're counting from one floor or something.
Oh, no, definitely not like this, because I'm pretty sure, like, I mean, I've never been to the Vatican, but I know, like, these buildings mostly have, like, max 4 floors, except for the bridge building has about, like, I'd say, like, 5 floors or 7 floors, I think, 5 floors. So it's not tall-wise, it's, like, square footage, acreage. But on the right over here, the building with the green umbrellas, benches, kind of looks like it could be a college campus. All you have to do is just have a few extras walking back and forth with backpacks, maybe somebody on a laptop. You've got Yale University from Gilmore Girls. This is the Avon Grill. It's a popular eatery for employees on the lot, but it's also been a taco stand in Gilmore Girls. Now the next backlot that we're going to be checking out is our Midwest Street, also known as Anytown, USA, because it can literally be any town in the USA. It's been Rosewood, Pennsylvania for Pretty Little Liars, Stars Hollow, Connecticut for Gilmore Girls, Salinas, California in James Dean's East of Eden, River City, Iowa for The Music Man,
and Hazard County, Georgia, for Dukes of Hazzard. Now this church, this is the church and the school in the Waltons.
Oh.
Yeah, it's multi-sided. Any Friends fans? Friends fans? Yeah, yeah. On our left over here, this is Monica and Ross's childhood home, featured in the episode with the prom video. When Monica and Rachel, they're going to the prom. Rachel's date Chip doesn't show up, so Ross is convinced by his dad to take Rachel to the prom. Chip shows up, Ross is upset. Rachel sees that, gives him a kiss to make up for it. Right across the street, any Gremlins fans?
Yep.
Yeah, that's Mrs. Deagle's house. She's the mean old lady. The Gremlins messed with the wiring for her chairlift, so she spun really fast around the house, thrown out of that window. This is also the Seaver residence in Growing Pains. That's where young Leonardo DiCaprio sort of rose to fame. This is also any Seinfeld fans? Yeah, that's the bed and breakfast that they stayed at in the finale while they were awaiting trial. Now, I just want to point out, we get a really cool view of how this building right ahead of us is multi-faced. You got Rosewood City Hall on one side, Rosewood High School on the other. On the opposite side of that, it's the Rosewood Fire Department. It's a way of conserving our resources, so that way we don't have to build multiple fronts. We can have one building act as many buildings. So this church has been used in loads of things. Pretty Little Liars. Also, in the original Ocean's 11 with the Rat Pack. That's Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr. That's where they burn the casket full of money. And it was also where Norbit gets married in Norbit, the Eddie Murphy movie. Featured in Witches of Eastwick with Cher, Michelle Pfeiffer, Jack Nicholson. The Lost Boys with the two Corys. That's the church that they break into to steal the holy water to fight the vampires. Loads of stuff. Have you guys seen Monster Squad at all? Yeah, you see Monster Squad? Cool, cool. I don't get too many of those. For the scene where the girl is speaking in German, she opens up the portal to suck in Dracula. That's pretty much right in front of here. Right across the street, the building with the black pillars. That's a Burger King where Horace shoots the Gill Man through the window and he says, "My name's Horace." Any Shameless fans? Shameless, yeah. Right ahead of us, a building with the multicolored windows. That's the Alibi Room. That's where Frank Gallagher, played by William H. Macy, is known to indulge his vices, so to speak. This street is where we did 76 trombones for the Music Man. The building with the black pillars, once again, that's a pool hall in Music Man where Trouble in River City starts. The street was also featured in Cool Hand Luke, the Paul Newman movie, for the opening scene where he's stumbling around, cutting off the heads of all the parking meters. The black lines that you're seeing in the middle of the street, that's where we installed the real parking meters. So we just paved over it. All these cracks are man-made. They're not naturally there. We constantly tear the street apart, depending on what production requires what. And the building with the green pillars, that's Boss Hogg's Bank from Dukes of Hazzard. Now, I do have some Gilmore Girls fans. Gilmore Girls? That's Miss Patty's dance studio right ahead of us. On the right-hand side, that's Luke's Diner. It was also the Apple Rose Grill in Pretty Little Liars, as well as the Undertaker's Parlor in The Shootist, which is John Wayne's last ever movie. The Undertaker was played by David Carradine, who was a big kung fu guy in the 70s. He was also Bill in Kill Bill. Now, have any of you guys seen La La Land?
Yeah.
Best Picture winner for about 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Right ahead of us, this grassy area, this is where Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling walked through the production. They used this entire street to film. This is also where Ross in Friends is trying to impress his British girlfriend Emily by playing rugby, but he's never played before, so he gets his butt kicked, earns himself the nickname Red Ross. This is also where they had the Kite Wars in The Big Bang Theory. I don't know if I said that right. I think I said it right. Alright. Any last questions for me? I think I'm dropping you off soon.
So all those bricks are not real either?
No, it's either high-impact styrene or fiberglass. It all depends. If the only way you can really tell is if you go up close to it, you'd knock on it. If it's squishy, it's high-impact styrene. If it's solid, it's fiberglass. You can sometimes see the paint peeling off. But you'll notice on New York Street, the street that the main party is on, you'll notice a lot of railings on the roofs. Those are mostly used to rig lights and rain grids, all that heavy rain that you see in movies, and just general safety precautions. Back in the 30s and 40s, when we were doing the classic gangster movies, blank bullets hadn't been invented yet. So we hired sharpshooters who would hang out on tops of the buildings, fire live rounds at the actors. So the look of fear on their faces is real. They're being shot at. If you notice in the old Cagney movies, whenever he fires a gun, he kind of winces. He's afraid of the bullet. He didn't really want to be the gangster guy that he was typecast as. He wanted to do musicals and dance and sing. So he eventually won his Best Actor Academy Award for Yankee Doodle Dandy. So good on you, James Cagney. All right. So, folks, I'm glad we got to share that Stage 16 experience together. That was a real treat. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you guys for coming. And yeah, my pleasure. My pleasure. Have fun.
So that was the end of the tour. I hope you liked it. And I just got 3 drink tickets. So let's go and drink and have the party. The party's going on right now. Oh yeah, so much music. So yeah, I think that's it for tonight. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and I will see you next time. Bye guys.